Hey guys, it's me. I'm gonna announce the winners today. Guys, it was kind of tough. I mean, when you're all putting in, it really makes it great. Tough decisions over here. I gave only 3 people applied for the ATC, but I ended up giving to Tammy because Tammy did these really she owns a Whimsy hummingbird. Which I don't think is too far from here, but she did like these inspirational, almost like a prayer card kind of thing, and I thought they were pretty clever. I'm not sure how she did them, but they're really nice. I love the backgrounds on them. So, yay, Tammy, you get first prize for ATC. And then, Kat, who doesn't usually put in too much, she did, if you go to the photos, you'll see that she did the gnome that I put out, the head, just the head. We did the competition. I gave her that because she did it on a wood palette background, and she had a little pink like piglet little button nose. She had buttons. Well, I just thought it was clever, and she did a good job. So she gets #1 for that. Yay, Kat! Pazoo. And then Lori did an ATC too. She had a couple of cute ones. But she completed all of them that was in the challenge that was listed. She did all of them, even the fuzzy heart. Which I was like, I don't know how they're going to do this one, but that sounds good, fuzzy heart. And she did it, so it's funny. So she gets #3. Yay! So I got 3 to give out and some ATCs to send out. If you send me one, I send you one. So, and then I pick out a winner. So I got 3 winners this month, and I'm giving out some paintings, and I'm giving out some artwork or some supplies too. So let's see who's on here, and I'm gonna put you up. And today we're gonna do this thing called reverse stenciling. I seen it. I've been messing with it all day. I'm in love. It is so easy. Something different too, that nobody else is doing, which is always a good thing. All right, hold on. Let's see if I can see myself. There I am. Something different too, Let me see if I can get the sound off, which is always fun. Which is always a good thing. Hey, Joe Allen. Sounds off. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Jerry. I'm going to just make a comment because sometimes more things come up. I'll just put, hey, on my iPad. Let's pray I don't lose anything. You guys can hear me, right? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, right? Oh. You need to get on the ball. Something. I got the whole front of my house looking good, but these back rooms, I need a maid. I had to clean up. I was afraid the camera would pan down, and you can see all the papers I got because I do a lot of crafting, and I use a lot of paper, and I use a lot of paint, and it's all over me today. It's like everywhere, so I have to wear my paint clothes when I do it, but that's part of the program. So anyways, let's get started on this. You can see I put the board for March, what's on there. It's all Irish stuff. But in the chat thing, it's shamrocks and gnomes for our little cards. So if you go to the chat group, somewhere I might bring it back down. There's a list for every month. I put it in there, just one more less thing I got to do. But that's what is for March. It's gnomes and shamrocks for the ATC group. The same thing, we'll be picking winners at the end of the month. And in this group, it's all Irish stuff. I put a list of stuff, but anything you want to get creative with, you can do that. So now let me turn this over. I'm going to show you what I did and what we're doing. Grab some stencils, whatever you got. I love this little. I have a bigger one, but I don't know where it is. And I have just some other ones that I had, and I had some Irish ones I never even used. I just opened the pack. These are the ones that I did. I don't know if you guys ever seen these little, that Sheen has them. They come in a little pack. There's a whole bunch of little flowers in there, and I just glued one over the top of this. But you see how many different reverse stencilings I did? I didn't like this one, so I just filled it in with a little bit of white Posca pen. Here's another one. Here's another one. So what I'm going to do is, you got to have some watercolors. Now, if you ain't got the pans, you only got a few colors, that's good too. Now, I suppose you could use acrylic paint, but you kind of got to have it dry, and I'm thinking that the acrylic paint doesn't come off as easy, which I know it don't. And I also did some on paper. I did some on the heavier, you know, cardstock and the watercolor paper, and that seemed to hold up better, because what happens, you got to use a melamine brush, or this. I got this at the Dollar Tree. One side's a sponge and one side's that melamine. Melamine is magic eraser, but you're not supposed to say it, you know, on the main page. So I use this, and sometimes what happens is it's starting to wear down now, and pieces are coming off it, which is fine because you can wipe it off. But on a heavier, on the thinner paper, I had a couple I had to throw out. It like started coming apart, and it was too wet, and it didn't hold up very good. So you want to have a good textured paper. I wouldn't use copy paper on this. I would definitely use cardstock, and I also did a paper bag. Do you see this? I just did this. This is just I have a whole thing of mushroom-like things in the back, ephemera, in my guide section. And I did this one with it. I didn't backwash it. I just, you know, did the watercolor. And this one I did with pen. So you could do this paper. This is heavy enough bag paper if you want to do something a little, you know, natural looking. You could paint this and dab off that too. So let me show you what I did. So pretty. Isn't it pretty though? It's so pretty. I have these here somewhere. I was trying to glue them on glass last night. Well, let me tell you something. It didn't work too good, so I gotta look that up. There must be some little trick to it. I ended up doing something else to that one glass I had. All right, where is it? Oh, where they are. They're here somewhere. Anyways, let me do. I want to do. First, you got to get your watercolor sticky wet. Now these sit for a long time and they're not wet. So what happens is they're dried out. So if you do watercolors, if you do the tube kind, I used to throw it away. Don't do that, because I just cleaned these this morning. So look how bad they are already. But sometimes I just rehydrate this and I'll have that blue again. So that's why they give you these little side plates, and you can just re-wet it. And all I do to rehydrate it is to take a spray bottle and I spray it, wait for it to get sticky. You like it to be a little sticky, or you can have a soupy, whatever you want. All right, so here's some more paper. This is the heavier cardstock, but like I said, you could use multimedia paper, cardstock, you know. But I just found that the paper, like this is multimedia, but the paper didn't hold up so good. So you have to experiment. All right, so now you need a brush, watercolor, and when I do watercolor, I do a separate bucket of regular water, only because you get a cleaner color. If you don't do that, a lot of watercolors that are, you know, they're really serious, they have two buckets, and one is to soak their brushes in. They'll do the first wash like this, and the second one is to clear the brush so they can get a true color. Just so you're aware of that, that's what they do. I didn't know that for the longest time, but usually when I do watercolors, I get, you know, it's not that clean now, but I get like a, you know, cleaner bucket of water. Whereas my acrylic paints, you know, they have 18 different colors in there. The trick with that is to wipe your brush off as much as you can before you stick it in there, so you don't get your water all like thick. All right, so I'm gonna do, let's see, where'd I put it? I have that other shamrock. Where'd I put them? I haven't never even opened this pack. It's just like every time I think I got this like 3 years ago. They still make these essential stencils. If you decide to get the pack, they're running around 11, 12 bucks, and you get 10% off. Now they got 30% off a bunch of stuff. They had Irish stuff because I ordered some really cool stuff. We're gonna do them when they get here. But if you use Diana Deals, capital letters, you'll get another 10% off, plus the 30%, it's 40% off. So, but these are a good size for like doing cards too. And you can use just part of the stencil, you can use the whole thing. Well, I'm not on here to sell stencils today, but anyways, I never even got to use this, so I'm gonna use the shamrock today. So I'm gonna do this green, this one background green. I'm hoping it does the big ones, because it does the small ones good. Okay. I'm going to wet the brush a little bit. I'm going to go into some of these greens over here. I can show you some different things that I did. Let's see what I got. You want to get a nice bit of green on here. And then you got to have a dryer or something dry it, unless you're going to let it sit and dry. So, and if you got something that's going to buckle, you might want to think about taping that down too. I'm not worried about it. I actually have, this is a piece of dollar store, $1.25 store canvas, and it's in plastic. So this is perfect for doing watercolors on. You can see all the water. And you can variate the colors if you want to do blue or something in it, and just change it up a little bit. You can do that too. And then I'm going to dry it a little bit. Just a little side here. Get my finger on it. I got to kind of see if I can't. You can see it's starting to buckle already. Starting to buckle. I kind of wipe this off. And then take my blow dryer. The blow dryer will kind of flatten it out. You want it to be kind of really dry. Now, it hasn't got to be 100%, but I would say 99%. Because I mean, you get different look with it, but I try doing it kind of wet. And, when you move the stencil, around, it's going to mush it. So, I know this is kind of loud. You probably can't hear me, but you want to make sure that's kind of dry. All right, so now, put your stencil on there. Make sure it's clean on the other side too. It's another thing. If you're going to reuse it, the watercolor will get on there. So make sure you dry it off if you're using a bunch of water. If you're doing it 5 or 6 times over each other, make sure the other side is dry, because I screwed up a couple because I didn't. All right, so now you don't want this soaked, but you want it wet. When you're doing, you guys ever use, I'm sure all you have used, I'm going to squeeze it out. All of you have used, this is just magic eraser, basically. Like I said, I get the dollar store, so it's nice. I get the sponge on one side and the, the mail-line sponge on the other. So you want it to be able to take the paint up, but these balls will come up on it. So not too soaked, not too dry. You got to kind of figure it out what you need. And then I was kind of swiping more, but it's like I said, see, it'll take. On the thinner paper, not only will it come off on here, the little balls, but it'll also come off thinner paper. So you'll get some of that, that's okay. You're only looking for lighter, you're not looking for white. Just lighter than the shade you got on there. So you make sure you get all the corners. See the little balls, those will come off. And you can kind of dab too. Some of the color off. I took the other side and kind of dried a little bit, get some of the balls off. Get some of the balls off here. And then you pull it up and look. I didn't do that side too good, but that's okay. You get the idea. I'm going to dry this other side. And you can still play, you can still do other stuff on this. Like, let's get something else. You could do this one. You could actually do another color. You could do another color. Hold on. You can, I did one where I kept layering different colors. It came out so good. You can play with the layers. And you don't even need this is a King Art, which is not real cheap and not real expensive set. But you could go get yourself, maybe not a dollar store, but you could, I've seen, I had to buy it for a class one time. I think on Amazon, I got sets for under $8, and they were fine. They were the same thing, they're little pans. So you could get it pretty cheap to look around. Wait a minute, I want to do a little blue. Just put a wash more of the blue. Same thing you're going to do. Got things moved around, I can't find nothing. Dry it off. I wish I had, oh yeah, actually I do. I do have the other stencil, and it has a shamrock on it, so where is it? What did I do with it? I'm not sure if you got too much crap, loose things. I think it's in here. What's nice about these, these packages they give you store pretty good. And they give you that little black sheet so you can see what you got, you know. What's not in here, is it? What's in this jam? Oh, I see it. No, it's right here. A little shamrock right here. I thought maybe I could go like that. Yeah. Just kind of take the other side and dry it off. One right here. I think I did do a little bit more on this one. Oh, man. Yeah, that one's better. I'm kind of come in here and do a little bit more. Ah, crap. I keep moving the paper. Gotta hold it all down, Diana. Kind of dry that out. So you get the idea. So you can have a lot of fun doing this. You take the melamine too, and you can just wipe off anything you don't like. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Make sure that's dry. I think it's because it's wet. Do a little bit more, I think. Is this dry? Dry it. I'll keep moving it. That's a little better. So you get the idea. Let's do a different one. Yes, that's a lot of fun. Let's see what else I got here. So I'm thinking you could even do like, you know, really small ones and then like attach it to a bigger one. But you could also, because I'm getting ready to do some big paintings, I'm thinking I'm going to be using this technique. I'm going to try it anyways with the acrylic, but I'm going to be doing some big paintings. I'm going to be selling on Instagram on the bio link, and I'll have each individual painting will have a PayPal. So I got to see what they're doing for descriptions on there before I start it. I mean, it's not hard to do. It's just got to make sure I get the pay link to it. But that's how I did my classes and stuff. So let's do like this pinky peach one. Let's see what I got. So just looking for ways for more income and to get rid of some of these paintings. But I'm gonna be doing some new ones too. So I've been dying to do some big ones. All right, got some ideas. I got to do some stuff. All right, so let's get this pink over here, and I'm going to add just a little bit of yellow and orange to it. Come up with kind of a peachy color. Let's see what I got. That's pretty. Remember, these dried lighter, so if you wanted to, if it was, you could let it dry it and then go back over it if you want to. So, like I said, I did layers with that. I'll show you what I did. So I'm really good with those flowers. The little itsy bitsy pack of flowers. There's like 7 billion in there, but you never know it. I opened it up and I put the blow dryer on, and went everywhere. Made a big old mess. Okay, same thing. Let's get my mandala out here. Let's do like half right here. And my sponge. Yeah, not too wet. Your towel. Yeah, so gave out some prizes. I got lots of stuff to give out. So I'm going to probably get to that within the next week. Here, I will do it. I'm in the middle of, you guys don't know everything that's going on, but my garden palette, Kat and them know what's going on. They're changing the way. I'm not going to have a lot of videos on the main page because evidently Facebook doesn't want to store them. So right now they're okay in the groups. I don't know how they can have a group without content, which is a sense. So I'm thinking they're not going to do too much. But what wouldn't surprise me if they charge, because they're trying to get everybody to do that. And even YouTube is doing it and stuff. But I have a lot on YouTube. So I've been downloading, and believe me, guys, it's a project. I have to download these into my computer, then upload them into YouTube, and then it gets a little more complicated after that. But once they're in there, they're in there. But it just, I have hundreds, and I'm not going to be able to keep all of them, but I want to keep the ones in my groups. That's why I did the ones in my group. See, it gives like kind of a fade look, right? So, nothing to worry about right now, but every time I do a video now, I have to download it right away if I want to keep it. So it used to be you could delete it, keep it for 30 days or indefinitely. At first you could do whatever you want. They didn't do anything, but now it's a little bit of a problem. So then what I did for another different look was I took like a leaf and I took my finger and I put one in like this. And I just did wet my finger and I did some green. And it'll run underneath this, so you can't do a lot. So what I did was I just kind of put a little bit in. Remember, this is watercolor, it's not acrylic. So it's watery, so it's going to kind of move around. So then what I did was I took the sponge side, and I went like this. And then I had to be careful how much water you use too. So, and then I would just kind of come in here with my finger, make sure I get every section that I want. So, you know, that's why there's a survey on there if you guys could answer it for me if you ever go to YouTube. And if you go to Instagram, put that in there too. Now like 2 years ago, because I have content in there, they said that I could do live videos on there. I tried doing one. It was okay. I had nobody to watch it. But a lot of the classes I take, all the links are to YouTube. So there's another one. But I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. And nobody else knows either. So Jamie and all the people I take advanced stuff with, they don't know either. So it's nothing to worry about because, you know, Facebook doesn't want to lose all that. So I'm just going to kind of fix this up. Fade it out a little bit. This is what I did. So it's going to change, but I'm not really sure. Nobody seems to be sure. All we know is that we got to store them ourselves. And I don't blame Facebook because I never thought about it. I store all my paintings on my phone and into my Google and my different storage things, and you pay for that. See, I toned it down now. So if it doesn't come out no good, you could do that. I did that with this one on this side. I did it. Now I can see. I can go back in here with some more color. That's my Posca pen. Let's do a orange. So that's something different. So if I get it gets a little complicated, or it seems like I don't know what I'm doing. I got a lot going on with that right now. I got to get that done. They only give you 30 days to transfer the new one, and I only have so long. And some of them, I'm afraid they already got them. Not much I can do about it. But what's interesting is that a few years ago, something must have happened, and I figured out how to download them all off of my computer. I think that was 2023. And truthfully, I didn't start till 2021. And I had no idea what I was doing. So some of those original videos kind of suck anyways. We were talking about that quite a while ago. And so it's not a bad thing. See, so you can have fun just layering it. The watercolor, just remember it is watercolor. Now I'm going to take a... You could pick up, I don't think these are, these I got off Amazon, because I give these out sometimes to you guys, and, but I have, I don't know where they are now, I couldn't even tell you. I got things I just got rid of stuff, because it was just so much I couldn't deal with it. I think my kids kind of helped it out a little bit, they made it a little extra then. I'm like, no, we didn't do it, So, I got some of these at the dollar store. See what I did? It gives a really cool look. So, I got hundreds of videos. I downloaded close to 50 now. I haven't done the ones the last week here, so I got to do them. And then I did, I'm trying to get the ones out of my group, which is another whole story, because those are different. And they said when we're doing it that they don't have no sequence. They're not sequenced. So in other words, I could be doing yesterday's or I could be doing 5 years ago. So, and the problem is that 5 years ago, I didn't know we're supposed to name everything and I didn't know how to do it. So, it's complicated, you know. So here I just put in there, I'm like, I don't even know what's going in there. Hey, what's up, Doc? How now, brown cow? Jerry, Joellen does that because, you know, I get content. I get monetized for content now. It isn't much. It's like, you know, half a penny a comment. So, I mean, you know, I get a check for like $7, $2. I make more off the stars than I don't make a bunch on that. So, just so you know that's what she's doing. So, the more you guys, like, comment and talk amongst your other, you can do it with your other people, too, because they get a little money for that, if they're asked. A lot of people, depends on, you know, I do a lot of groups and stuff. So you can just keep taking the paint off. Not too wet either, because if it gets too wet, it crawls underneath. See, isn't that cool? These are really cool look. Now then what I did was, another thing I did, get a dry one, is I took my Posca pen. You can use any kind of pen. And I kind of either went over these again, or I added more, like another layer of dimension here. Simply by just coming in and filling these in with this acrylic pen. I imagine you could do a watercolor pen. I haven't gotten that far. I'm just having so much fun with this that, you know. So now you get like another layer, another dimension there, you know what I mean? Isn't that cool? Then you can put something in there. So there is another one there. Here's some more. Let's see what we can do with this one. So basically I'm going to do the same thing. I'll put some watercolor in. That's 2 done. So you guys will see that I'm changing things around. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the groups. They haven't told us what's happening with the groups. So as soon as I know and I figure it out, I'll let you know. But I just know I can download all my videos off my main page right now. Everybody's in the same group, so all your people are going to be doing the same thing. They're going to notify it in waves. They always do that, like, say somebody across the country, when they change something on like a pay link on Facebook, we don't take this, we don't do that. They might not find out for 2 months. And somebody on the East Coast is already doing it. They're like, oh, we've been doing that. Like when they got rid of the old Facebook and we had to go to the business type. Some people didn't even know what I was talking about. So it's everybody. They roll it out. They can't do it all at once. It's like what Social Security did in the old days. They went and they gave everybody different dates because it was too much to have, what's it, 55 million people on there, or 70 million now, all in one day, and the banks were overwhelmed. So it's the same thing. So it's not going to be just me. be everybody. So I'm thinking what's going to happen is I'll leave it in our group for like 30 days. Then I'm going to have to put it to a link. So I'm thinking YouTube. Although sometimes I'm thinking like, you know, I want to do specialty classes. I just did those ones at the beginning of the year, the inspiration boards. I was thinking the next one I want to do is habit stacking. The guy wrote a book about it. I can teach you how to do that. And it's some more inspirational boards. I want to do find your style, color mixing for dummies. I got left brain, right brain, which if you're in my group, I taught you that. I want to do some more Van Gogh and Monets. I'll be a special class. And then some other artists. And then find your style. And I got a whole bunch of other things I can do. This is part of the list. This is an old one. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just do a live on YouTube. I'm going to have to go experiment. And you could just invite you over that day and just say, come on over, I'm doing it on YouTube. So, because they'll stay there. I don't have to keep monkeying with it, you know. Especially when it's a specialty thing, you know. All right, turn this around. Do one more. So now you're in the know. If anybody asks you and they say, no, it's not, say, okay. Because now at the end of my video, I put it in the other group. They ask me right away. And they tell me they give me 30 days to, you know, do whatever. Okay, so now I got purple. Make sure it's kind of on the dry side. Let me hit it with dryer again. I ain't got all my stencils out, just a couple. So I love how it gives a layered look, though. I just love it. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. And you can do these on the ATC, because I did, this will probably end up going to somebody, is the ATC size. You know, you could just even just do the whole stencil on a big piece and just cut it. You know how like when we do like leftover paint, or we do like our, the jelly roll, I do a whole big piece and cut it. That's how I did these. When I did the jelly roll, I went through and I cut all of them up after I did my designs. I just went through and just cut them all up. ATC cut, so that I can just glue them right to make your life easier. Did a bunch of them at once. Fun. Alright. You just cut it. Alright, so let's see what we're going to do here. Let's get my my mandel out again. Let's just do this. Make sure it's dry so it don't get all over. You know that my house got hit. A lot of you guys know my house got hit. They're taking that guy to court. The state is, district attorney. I had kind of given up on it because we got a lawyer about it. And he said, you know, he's a young kid. Family ain't got, it was his mother's car. They ain't got money. And I only, you know, the insurance paid her. She got only what they could give her, which I think was like $25,000. That's, you know, it's probably just bare minimum, I think. So, anyways, long story short, I've had people one time that I had a judgment against, and you'll never get that money, especially if they're on Social Security or welfare or something. So I never bothered with it. So I talked to the lawyer. They're good friends of mine. Used him many times. He's like just about retired now. And he said, you could chase him down for the rest of your life. We can do it, but that's what you'll be doing. And at some point, you'll be paying a lawyer because this guy's getting old, you know. So see how there's a little bit of water in here? So I need to kind of go in here and grab it. Got to be careful. But isn't that pretty? So, anyways, long story short, we get a notice a couple weeks ago. We got subpoenaed. And I was like, why did it take so long? And what they're telling me is that it's because the guy had a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm like, really? So I don't know what the story was, but we're going to find out. I got to go to the 10th. See how the little pieces that come off right here? That's from the sponge. It's the melamine. And you could try doing without the melamine, but the other side, this is regular, it won't come off as good. It barely comes off. You really need, you know, one of those things. And you can get it, like I said, at Dollar Tree, and I just cut mine down. This is about a third of the size. And I bought them because I got to do around my door with my dog that, you know, made some messes. So, I'm gonna be painting anyway, so I hate having an owl by your house. Oh, I hate it. It just feels so generic. Okay, so there you go. So now you can do a bunch of stuff with this. You can add flowers, you can add stickers, you can leave it like it is. You can cut it in half, make it ATC size. So here's a bunch more. I was going to show you these flowers. I don't know where they are. We're going to do these carrots, I think, a couple weeks. And I got some other stuff in the other group. We're doing this really pretty lamb. I finally found the lamb. I couldn't find it. I did it, couldn't find it. Where is it? We're doing this in my paid group. And it's cute. Ain't it cute? It's in my paid group. We just did a hat last night, Irish hat. So anyways, guys, I think that's pretty much it for today. It's pretty cool, huh? Who's on here? Whoops. I messed up again. Yeah, I mean, it's 2 years. It's 2 years now. And then my insurance didn't tell me about some stuff that I can get more money for. It's a long story. My sister had told me, I know what she was talking about. Like let's say my freezer. I had a freezer. It was old. It was like, I might have paid 50 or 100. I might even get it free. I don't even know. I had that freezer song. It's one of those old Frigidaires. It was a stand-up one. But that thing, we had to defrost it like once a year. But that thing was a truck. I had bought like 3 other refrigerators brand new. And I stopped buying a lot of things new, number one, because it just doesn't work. I had this guy get my washers and dryers and everything used, and he knows how to fix them, and he knows what's good. So my father was a mechanic. He drove used cars, so he knew it was good, you know. So, long story short, I says, you know, I might have paid $50 for it. So they reimbursed me all the money, you know, stuff, because everything, I just put all my stuff in my garden, stuff was in there, things I froze. And I think they gave me $15. Well, I got a small one now that I put in here because I like to freeze stuff. And like I made mozzarella cheese today, first time. It's so good. I didn't want to waste my milk, so I put it in the corner there. It's small, little. It's about $189. So the 189 minus 15, you get that back. Well, I didn't know that. So and then like the front porch, you know, was only on the claim. Was I had art supplies and a bunch of paintings. Well, I can't replace those paintings. How do you do that, you know? Because somebody's got to buy them, for one thing. And then there was art supplies. There was a whole bunch of easels. I lost, like, I brand new in the box. I found some of them, like half of them. I just bought for a big party and destroyed. So, you know, things like that. So they gave me a certain amount. I want to say it was 200 something. So I had to put all supplies for the last 2 years in there. They said they do that, and so they're going to cover the difference. Same thing with books and stuff. So there was stuff on there they're going to cover, but it's not a lot. But after you add up, it might be. But I don't know, because they said sometimes the insurance company won't cover it. You know, so 2 years doing insurance paperwork. 2 years. It took me 3 months to do that paperwork. 3 months. I don't know what's going on. There's things popping up on here. I didn't even touch it. I didn't even touch it. Oh, wait a minute. What is this? Someone give me stars or something? I don't know what that's about. You guys see balloons coming up? There's balloons coming up. Oh my God. What is going on? Oh, the babies keep you busy, Cindy? Yeah, they do. I mean, they're big kids now, but when they were babies, she got divorced, moved in with me, and they were little. I asked her to move in because she was living in her apartment, and it was too much. She was a nurse, so I was up a lot of nights, but it was worth it. It was a good thing because I only got one other one, so I got to really enjoy my grandchildren. It's a lot of work. We forget we were young, we could do all that. Now it's like, I would just like babysit. Sometimes I just sit there with the baby in my arm, watch TV. I didn't do nothing today. That's all I can do is this baby. It's all I had the energy for, you know. They're a lot of work. So cute. I don't know where there was balloons. Balloons popped up. They were going across the thing. I thought maybe it was kind of some kind of stars thing or something. Yes, hold a E peace sign. I don't know what you're talking about. No idea what you're talking about. I don't know. Hold peace sign. What peace sign? No idea. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now, so it could be anything. So I had last one I did, not this one, the one before, I got thrown off twice. I don't think that's ever happened before. There's one. Weird stuff going on. There's my shamrocks. So these are probably all end up going up to you guys anyway. So that came out so pretty with all different colors. So you can just keep adding watercolor, let it dry, and then take off some more. And then I put the little flower in this one. And this one. And then you can experiment on some, I've been keeping the paper. This is paper from the Amazon boxes. I make stuff out of it. I am such cheap. I make, oh, you didn't see, I took $1. I needed I have a great big old watering can, which I use outside. And I got it in here, just like I don't want to drench my plants. So I was at the Dollar Tree the other day. I love the Dollar Tree. I'm just getting so I'm walking better now. So, I don't know if they're going to do the surgery now. I see him in a couple weeks, but put some stents in, increase my circulation. And I spent like $50. That's it. She's like, "Bah," I said, I ain't been out nowhere. No, I have to go Amazon. She doesn't want me to use Amazon and Walmart because everybody's mad at him, because, corporate stuff. Everybody's boycotting this one. I don't know. I said, you know something? I can't get out and go shopping for 85 hours like when I was younger. I'd hit 6 stores, whoever had the best deal on diapers, whoever had the best deal on toilet paper, and I would go all over and say, I had my little coupons, and I had paid cash back then. I can't do that no more, and it's just me, so I have to do Amazon. Or I wait for her to get here and we do the big stores. I mean, I will walk the small ones like the Dollar Trees and that kind of stuff, but the big stores, I haven't been able to do walk Walmarts, and even when I could walk real good, I couldn't. To Rick, I can't do it no more. I hate the store. So I would go to like the small Wegmans, the small Nickel, all small stores. Because the big ones, you just buy more. And they've proven when you're trying to save money, don't go to the big stores. Why? Because you only get 3 dresses instead of 3,000 dresses. I mean, how many different dresses do you need? You end up throwing them out. You don't eat them. And then I don't like them. I make my own because they taste funny. The latest thing was the mayonnaise. I've been dieting for a while, over a year now. And I love Hellman mayonnaise. I've been using Hellman mayonnaise all my life. And maybe 3-4 years ago, I changed to the olive oil one. I get the last batch, paid almost $7. It tastes like motor oil. I mean, I have good olive oil. I know what it tastes like. It's real yellow. It's good. It's stinky. So I made a batch of mayonnaise with that. I didn't like it. So then I just used regular batch. Oh my God, so good. It's better than Hellman. So from now on, and you know how long it took me? 5 minutes. I get an immersion blender, an old glass jar, an egg, mayonnaise, a little yellow mustard, little salt, little vinegar. It's up to you how you want it to taste. I use too much salt, I said. But I just made myself a salad out of this world with the mayonnaise on it. So it just goes to show that, they're doing something to our food. So a lot of people sick too. So there you go. Anyways, guys, I am... Did you see them too? You saw a little... I probably hit something. I didn't touch here, though. It had to have been over here. I didn't touch nothing on here. See, it's not letting me scroll. I don't even know it won't even let me scroll. I have to go over here. So anyways, the other night, I got thrown out twice. But like I said, they're changing a lot of things. So... they're adding a lot of this AI, and sometimes, I don't know, between the bots and stuff, I don't know what's going on. So that's going to be it for today. I am making here's my little... I am making a calendar, which I'm just about done for... I did you guys' for the month challenge. See these little... they're like all different ones. There's like a bazillion of them in here. I was going to do one for here, but, I change it all the time, so, where the other one is just acrylic painting. Isn't they pretty? But you got to glue them to keep them on anything. What I'm trying to do is, I'm journaling, and I keep the envelopes with the clear part on them. I cut them all out. Well, I haven't cut all of them out, but... And I seen this thing, I just didn't get to it yet. Like that. And you can like put them on an ATC card. Then you can put like beads or these things in them, and they kind of move around. I thought it was neat looking, so I'm going to try it. So we'll see how I'm going to. Well, I tried doing it a while ago and ended up just being really sticky. So you got to get, make sure you don't get the inside part. So there's a whole bunch of really pretty ones in here. But I got these like on Shein. I mean, it's like Temu. I don't like Temu, but I use Shein all the time. But they're really pretty. They look like real flowers. But I want to say they were under $1. Maybe $1.50. So I get a lot of really cheap things on there. But what bothers me is like I bought this, it's kind of I paid like $50 for it. It's a ring. And I just wanted some fancy rings again because, a lot of them got messed up, stolen. So it's this one artist who makes them. I get 2 rings from her. And I go on Shein. They have 2 of the same exact rings. One was like $1.50, one was 85 cents. Those things, and they're fine. I got the one. It looks, you can't tell any difference. So now I'm wondering if that thing on Amazon was legit. I have no reason to make that up. Isn't that crazy? So anyways, guys, like I said, I'm making a schedule. So I don't know what date I put down. Okay, March 19th, I'm thinking about start doing every other Tuesday or so, do a daytime class for the summer. I'm still doing Thursday and Fridays for you guys, or for the online in my main page on Thursdays, and Fridays is my group membership. Then you guys on Saturday. But I started doing that because my daughter comes on Wednesdays. But they've been messing with her schedule too. So right now it's staying the same. The only thing different I'm going to do is I'm thinking every other week I'm going to be on Tuesday just to pick up some day people. I'm thinking I'm not picking up that many new people because I'm in the groups. They don't see me. Unless you join a group, you won't see me. So if I get back out in the main page, I'm thinking more people are going to see me. So anyways, so that'll just be for the summer like I did last time. So I will see you guys next week. And remember to get all your work in so that I can see it. It's the only way you're going to win. And you got to the end of the month to send in your ATCs, and you'll win a prize for that. And it is, what is it? It's anything Irish. So I will see you guys later. Have a great afternoon. And I'm going to go get some food. I'll see you later. Thanks, guys. Thanks for visiting. Bye, guys.